Elevator Pitch presents Extra Credit, Part 2, written by Even S.
Good morning, Felonsville High School. It's Thursday, October 11th. I'm Darcy D'Angelo, Jr., and this is Crime Time, our bi-weekly segment where we cover Felonsville's record-high crime rate. As you may have noticed, we have moved from a weekly to a bi-weekly update status. To explain this, the principal's office has issued the following statement. Crime's getting bigger, kids. Sorry you have to hear from us even more. If it is any consolation, we are also going through it. Surprisingly, we are not here today to report another crime account, but what seems to be the appearance of a sidekick to our local hero, Nimbus. After last night's thunderstorm, city surveillance cameras picked up footage of Nimbus alongside a young adult, sporting his logo and accidentally launching a bolt of lightning into a nearby dumpster. Who is this stranger? Will they be teaming up with Nimbus, and will we see them again? More on this story as it develops. Next up is Tim Hart with sports.
Thank you, Darcy. Can we talk about us?
Not on air, Tim.
Right. Sorry.
Tennis match between the Felonsville
Saturday! Are you watching the news?
The school news, yeah.
Then you know. You saw about Nimbus's new sidekick, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was just looking at that this morning. Crazy.
I've been thinking about it all morning. Don't they usually announce new heroes on the news or release it before they show up in public? This is a whole new scenario. Uncharted territory.
It is sort of unusual, yeah.
It's more than unusual. I wonder if I could track them down if I stay out past curfew. How crazy would it be if I found them before the actual press did?
That sounds kind of dangerous.
When you're looking for news that's never been reported before, you can't get dangerous enough.
I doubt that. I'd leave it alone, Brooks. If this sidekick sticks around, we'll find out who they are soon enough. They nod, but I can tell when Brooks Bishop is planning to ignore my suggestions by now. They're the head journalist for our school's TV show, and they run yearbook interviews, and they say they're a reporter at Hart. I've known them for long enough to know what all that means is that if they find a big enough reason to go looking for a scoop, they're completely willing to get into trouble doing it. I'm on the news in school, and the actual news. I'm on the news in school and the actual news, and Felonsville knows nothing about me, so basically, I'm right in their element.
You might be right. Still, getting a whole interview on my own, it's a big chance, Saturn. The biggest chance.
That's if you find them. I know you're capable of it, B, but don't get your hopes too high up, maybe?
My hopes are perfectly sized. I'm like a bloodhound. I'll find them. If anyone is gonna find them, it's gonna be me. I'm gonna corner them and be like, who are you? And they're gonna be like, I'm Lightning, or Strike, or like a cool name that's weather related.
Alright everyone, class has begun. If you'll remember, today is a lab day. Once I pass out these notes you'll be filling out, you'll be choosing a lab partner and moving to the back of the classroom. Don't forget aprons and goggles, and make sure whoever handles the chemicals we're using is wearing gloves. Mr. Jefferson, that is not how we wear gloves.
I know, I'll fix it at the table.
Jackson.
Yes, Mr. Jade.
Partner up?
Yeah, for sure.
Great. You're the only person here I trust around ammonia, and, Mr. Jade, what are we doing today?
We're causing nitrogen triiodide to precipitate.
And causing nitrogen triiodide to precipitate.
Is that why we're partners, or am I just the only person who will tolerate you talking about Nimbus's sidekick?
I don't have to answer anything you ask me ever. Come on! I want to touch chemicals that aren't meant for human consumption.
It's not even related to what happened last night, but what Brooks said has me suddenly thinking about it. First, Infrared is stopped from stealing chemicals. Next thing we know, he's actually done it, and I find out that they can control people's bodies, and we don't know where he is. I like to think I'm not getting involved in this, but who am I kidding? My first night as a part-time sidekick, and I'm already doing things I thought we'd be able to steer clear of. Thanks a lot, Edison.
Alright, you all have specific measurements in front of you. At the start of class, I prepared your nitrogen triiodide. Take this container. Those are iodine crystals reacting with concentrated ammonia. Jackson, don't put your finger inside of that, you know lab rules. You've all got stands in front of you with filter
I
paper.
don't know why he's still hovering. I mean, we literally have the instructions in front of us.
I don't know, maybe they just like feeling important. Teacher superiority complex.
Ew. I'm gonna fight a teacher one day. Minimum wage? More like maximum damage.
What?
I'm off my joke game today. I think the news of a new hero is freaking me out, you know? Speaking of that new hero.
Oh, so we are still talking about that.
Yeah, I have to run this game plan by somebody.
Game plan?
Okay, think about this. There was that huge lightning storm last night, and moments later we get security footage of a kid with Nimbus shooting lightning into a dumpster? There's no way that's a coincidence, Saturday. They've got no idea what they're doing because they probably only got their powers that night.
They probably have some clue what they're doing.
There was a dent in the dumpster on 17th and Main Saturday. The dent is so big I could stuff a family of 4 and their dog into it. Who would do something that dumb and reckless on purpose?
Yeah.
Exactly! Only an inexperienced super could do something that weird and crazy, and I'm positive something weirder and crazier will happen again tonight.
I doubt it. I mean, if they're smart at all, they'll probably stay discreet so that they can watch for crime without the news seeing them first.
They just started yesterday. There's no way they're getting a pass tonight. The news is hunting. I'm hunting. I'm thinking I get a hold of my dad's bike and sneak out after curfew. Watch to see if the skies are busy, get to the scene before anyone else, and interview Nimbus and his sidekick. And they're gonna look at me and be like, wow, Mix Bishop, you're such a go-getter. The actual news can't compare to your investigational prowess. And I'm gonna be like, yeah, I know, I'm pretty great. I was just born that way.
Unless you get caught up in the middle of a fight.
Well,
Or, the news gets there first. Or your dad catches you stealing his bike.
okay, sure, but...
Jackson, what did you do?
Why do you assume I did something?
What did you do?
Ugh, okay, look, nothing in the instructions said I shouldn't shake up the beaker. I just wanted to see what would happen. Whoa, it stained my hand purple!
I told everyone to wear gloves to... Okay. You know what? Everyone in the hallway now. Not you, Jackson. You're helping me clean up this mess.
Ugh, come on, man.
Jesus.
Hey, it gets us out of class. I'll think about what you said, by the way. I don't act like it, but your advice is basically my only form of impulse control. You've seen what happens when I'm left to my own devices.
You're talking about the time with the skateboarder guy, aren't you?
Maybe I'm talking about the guy.
You should have listened to me about the guy.
How was I supposed to know it wasn't an actual skateboard?
Oh my god, you're a mess. The rest of the day goes by pretty much uneventfully. So uneventfully, in fact, that I'm almost able to forget about all the superhero stuff and focus on class. As long as I know Brooks won't get himself into trouble, it's not going to change anything about my day. I shouldn't have too much to worry about, even if I am a little worried about having a run-in with Infrared again and nearly getting mind controlled. A lot worried, very, very worried. I just need to stay distracted. We don't know that I'll have to see him again in the next week or so, after school ends, I'm headed to the library to do some ACT prep work. Saturday. Or, I would be, if not for Edison. Why are you moving your hands like that?
It's code.
How is disco dancing, signing the word tubular, and playing a one-person game of rock, paper, scissors code? That doesn't mean anything.
Okay, we'll work on that. My classroom, 5 minutes. Got it?
Got it, Mr. Eacker. Mr. Eacker?
Saturday. What a crazy surprise.
You tried to send me a code to come here. You knew I'd show up.
I was trying to be smart and discreet.
Nobody's in the building. It's 4:45 p.m. on a Thursday.
You're no fun. Jeez, alright, come in then. We gotta talk about last night.
Right. Okay, yeah.
I was thinking about what happened. We don't know much, but I figure with the information you managed to get, we'll be able to get a good starting point for stopping Infrared tonight.
We're going after Infrared again?
Yes. Kind of.
Mr. Eacker, I don't know. Having to see Infrared so suddenly after yesterday?
Don't worry. If all goes according to plan, we won't be seeing him at all.
Isn't the point to see him? So we can apprehend a criminal?
It's a more nuanced job than that. I was thinking about what you said in the subway last night. Those chemicals, they're exactly what he tried to steal 2 nights ago, and he took control of an unused subway train to take them.
Yeah, and?
Those trains have to lead somewhere, but most of the exits would be blocked off besides the one we entered from. We know what direction it went in, too. The goal for tonight is this. We use what we've learned to follow his trail and figure out where his base of operations is. No confrontation, no high risk, just a slow day at the crime-fighting office.
Huh. That's not a bad idea, Edison.
Really? I thought there might be a few holes in it.
No, it's a lot more discreet than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it is. And I was thinking along the way we could work on, getting you comfortable with your powers. The subway system ceilings are low enough that you can fly without getting too high off the ground, and the cables down there won't be live, so it's completely safe for you to fire away and not cause a power outage.
That's perfect. Oh, wait, did you think I was going to cause a power outage?
I think you can never be too careful.
I'm not going to shut down half the town's electricity.
That's what I said before accidentally hitting a power line. Twice.
Nice going, Tesla.
Tesla, because of the lightning transmission and...
Yeah, that's the joke.
It was funny, I laughed.
Edison?
Joshua, hi, I thought you'd left already.
No, I figured I'd check on you. What's Saturday doing here?
Homework
Tutorial.
question.
Yeah, a question about homework.
Ah, I'm surprised you remembered to assign it this week. You're usually hopeless about your deadlines.
Yeah, I am.
What, did you get somebody to come and remind you?
No, I remembered on my own.
Oh, wonderful. Even the worst of us can improve every once in a while, right, Saturday?
Oh, yeah. Right.
It's a bit late for you to be at school. Both of you. Are you headed home soon, Saturday?
Yeah, my mom's driving over to get me. I usually walk, but it might rain today, so...
Ah, yes. Edison loves this weather. Never closes his mouth about it.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
You do enough apologizing as it is. Give it a rest.
Oh. Yeah, okay.
So, I should probably leave.
Oh, if I interrupted, you don't have to.
No, it's fine. Mr. Eacker had just finished helping me out anyway. Right, Mr. E?
Yeah. We're done. You weren't in the way.
Good! In that case, why don't we just walk you out?
Oh, no, I can go on my own.
We're done for the day anyway. It'd be a bit more uncomfortable just to follow you out in silence.
I mean... Okay. If you're sure.
Wonderful. After you, then.
So that excuse about silence is complete bull because the walk back out is quiet. Weird quiet. I'm so used to Edison having something to say. He never stops ranting in class, and he talked enough last night, but he's got his mouth clamped shut. The look on his face is almost empty, save this occasional wary glance at Mr. Jade. I don't know how I feel about that.
Your mom's on the way, Saturday?
Yeah, it looks like she's pulling up. That's her car over there.
Ah, yeah. I see her.
Saturday, sorry it was late. There was a lot of traffic, and... Joshua, Edison, I haven't seen you two in ages.
Sasha! Hi! Wow, I didn't know you were Saturday's mom.
Mom, you know my teachers?
We all went to high school together. I thought you guys had moved to Transgressionsburg.
No, we're still here. It's good to see you. We should catch up.
Right. Edison, we've both probably got some extra papers to attend to, don't we?
Oh, yeah, right, we should get to those.
Oh, well, don't let me keep you waiting. It was great running into you.
Definitely, we'll catch up. Come on, Edison.
Yeah, I'm coming. I'll see you in class Saturday. Sasha, great to see you.
Yeah, we'll catch up later.
I didn't realize you knew my teachers.
It's a small world, I suppose. It's not often people leave, you know? People I graduated with tend to cycle back and forth between Felonsville and Transgressionsburg unless they go to some out-of-state college. You'll be breaking a bit of status quo by heading out once you graduate.
I guess so. That was kind of weird. That was a weird conversation you guys just had, right?
You mean with Joshua? Oh, hon, he was always kind of closed off. A little awkward, a little strange. Some people are just like that.
Yeah, I guess it was just off. He's not like that in class.
Well, people are gonna act differently around kids than other adults.
And then I'm thinking about that, but with Edison. Because he acted different around Jade too, but a weird different. Like something was wrong, but there was no reason for it. It isn't something I could ask him about right now, obviously. If I want to figure out Edison, I'll have to wait until tonight in the subway. We'll have plenty of time down there.
Hey, you're here early.
Well, the sooner we figure out what Infrared's doing, the better, right?
Absolutely. You ready to go down there?
I'd say no, but I'm a little wary of rule number 3 of crime fighting.
You remembered. Great. Down we go then. There's no time to waste. Alright, flying isn't so much, well, flying as it is manipulating the air around you.
Really?
Yeah, wind is weather. Air pressure is too. You can manipulate it to push you off the ground and keep you suspended.
So, like, if I think about lifting myself upwards, then... Whoa!
That was it. Concentrate.
Oh, man. This is freaky.
It's not freaky, it's meteorology. For practice, try acting like you're walking, but the floor is invisible because it's just gas.
Okay, this isn't too bad.
See, it's easy. Figures that you'd pick up on that in no time.
How long did it take you to figure this out?
A couple of weeks, months. It took me a while to get the hang of it. I never picked up on things that quickly.
It looks like it's easier than breathing for you. When did you get your powers?
Oh, wow. I was 19, I think. I got caught in a bad storm up on the Corvette building. I was in college then. I heard this loud crackling. I looked up and... kaboom.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I thought I was dead for a good 20 minutes afterwards. New outfit, white hair, it's all very ghosty.
You're telling me. I thought you'd gotten me killed when I was hit.
Sure feels that way. I completely forgot about being scared after that, though. I nearly zapped my own head off within 10 minutes, and I was so excited to realize I'd gotten powers that I forgot to even consider it a near-death experience.
Jesus, Tesla, you've got, like, 0 sense of self-preservation.
Hey, it's gotten me this far.
This far into an abandoned subway?
This far in a metaphorical sense. Let's see, I think we make a left up here.
You've never been scared of it? After the whole death thing, I mean.
Scared? Of what?
What do you mean, of what? Of all of it. The power, the changes, the danger, everything is different now. You've got this power and you don't know how to control it.
I don't know. It all just felt like a movie. I got my powers and I had to worry about hiding them for a while, sure, but you start looking around long enough and you notice that you're still in Felonsville. Nothing gets better just because you got caught up in some rain. You see enough bad things happen and you think to yourself, maybe I could do something. Make this place a little better. You know.
I don't know.
You don't?
I don't know, Edison. I've been focused on getting out of the city my whole life. I've been focusing on getting into a good college since I hit 7th grade. I've barely focused on anything else, and suddenly I'm getting hit by lightning and tracking down supervillains and walking on air.
I thought someone your age would be excited.
I started out not even wanting to do this.
But I mean, everyone wants to do this.
No, not really.
That's the dream. It's always been the dream. That's all kids your age talk about, being famous and anonymous and having fame, money, power, figuring out how to balance life and crime.
I'm not the other kids my age, Edison. You honestly think I can figure out fighting crime with you? I haven't even figured out myself.
Oh. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. That's pretty clear, Edison. Look, I've spent a lot of time just trying to get out of Felonsville. I don't want to be stuck in a town where I don't feel safe. I want to just be a normal person with a normal life. I'll have time to find my niche and do weird, crazy stuff once I'm out. I'm still here right now, and this isn't normal. It's super.
Super good?
Super weird. I don't go out and do stuff. I don't fight crime or go to school clubs and stuff thinking that I can be some powerful kind of hero. And I was fine that way. I'm good at doing things that way. Don't you get how this is kind of really scary for me? I think this righteous fighting evil thing, it's all you, Edison. It's not something I'm capable of. I'm just good at focusing on leaving.
Look, as your teacher...
Edison...
No, listen to me. I know that's pretty dumb to ask. No one in class does as much. Just, please. As your teacher, I make it my job to teach and to learn from my students. As a super, I make it my job to ensure others feel confident and safe. I don't think I've done much of either for you. I'm sorry. It's become pretty clear that I haven't been aware of how much of a change this is for you.
No shit.
Yeah.
It's fine. I mean, it isn't, but I know that wasn't what you were trying to do. In class, you get really excited even when nobody seems to care, and you still give it your all. I shouldn't be surprised that you're just like that in real life, too.
Yeah. I'm like that in more ways than you'd think.
Yeah. In class, with this whole hero thing with Mr. Jade. Actually, no, not with Mr. Jade. You had that weird thing earlier in your class.
Weird? How do you mean?
I don't know. You just went kind of silent. I meant to ask about it. He said one word to you, and you just shut down. You looked nervous. And he kept making all these jokes, but they weren't funny. They were just kind of mean, and they were all about you. I don't think that...
I don't know what you're talking about. Me and Joshua are completely fine. I mean, I just didn't want to say anything wrong in front of him.
Anything wrong?
You know, upsetting him or something. It's just better to avoid conflict.
But it was just a normal conversation. Why would you need to worry?
It's fine. Saturday. We're fine. I just don't do well with disappointing people, especially not him. We weren't even talking about this before, so let's leave it alone.
Okay. If you say so.
You're still wrong, though, about not being capable of anything but trying to leave. Yesterday, you were somehow able to cut off Infrared's connection to his guys. I've never seen anything like it.
You haven't done that yourself?
I've tried, sure, but you did something extraordinary. You're quick on your feet, you figured out a couple of things faster than I have, even if you haven't quite mastered it. Hell, without you, I'd have no clue what Infrared had in that train. I'd probably be a lot more roughed up, too.
You would have figured it out.
Not as quickly. Having you around has already helped me a lot. I don't know much beyond what I see from you in class, but you've shown a potential I've been really surprised by. You're more capable of this than you think. And, take it from someone who wasn't able to figure themselves out until later. Maybe take a minute. If this is the first time you're really thinking of what goes on in your life outside of school, it'd be nice to see you try and figure out your niche now. You might wish you'd found it a lot sooner.
Well, thanks. I'm glad I'm not messing this up, I guess. I mean, this is a change. I feel way out of my element.
Hey, like I said, it can't be all that bad. You haven't demolished the city's power grid just yet. I'm just saying, for someone only just coming out of their shell, you could be doing a lot worse.
You keep bringing that up, but you did it. You're embarrassing yourself.
I don't have enough dignity to embarrass myself. I wear fuzzy slippers and basketball shorts to class, and that's on a good day. Hey, you know what? We haven't started thinking of a name for you yet.
Yeah?
Yeah. Come on. Every good super has a good name. Brainstorm with me. Cumulonimbus?
No, yeah, that sounds cheesy.
Zap! Like with lightning.
That's so dumb. You've had years and you came up with that?
Hey, just because I've had time to think about the names doesn't mean they're all winners. That's it. Palms together, push forward. There it is.
What about Drizzle?
Drizzle? How's a name like Drizzle gonna bring the storm?
Whatever, I'll come up with something good.
Not if I do first. Alright, block my strike. Good, very good. How about, Electra?
I think there's a super in Vegas with that name.
Figures, it's a little too flashy anyway.
Thunderbolt?
Whoa, you're getting better. Form's a little off, but...
What? Please, I'll show you an off form.
Wait a minute. I think we're here.
Here?
At the end of the line. Look, the rails just stopped.
Oh, yeah. No exit but the one we came from.
Well, now we're getting somewhere.
Somewhere is the end of an empty subway. They're not even here, but they had a whole train? How did they get rid of it?
Good question. Power surge.
I haven't caused a power surge.
What about just surge?
I don't make waves.
It was worth a shot. I always liked that name.
Focus, Tesla.
Right. It's, maybe it's possible they went the other way, turned around once we left to throw us off their scent.
Or there's an entrance here?
It's a dead end, kid.
A hidden entrance, then. What may not be in front of our eyes could be waiting just outside of our vision.
Robert Frost.
What?
Was that not Robert Frost?
Nope, that wasn't even...
Oh, my bad. It was very well articulated, you know, so I
Okay,
thought...
whatever. I mean, wait, let me try and make some brighter light. Is there a switch we can flip, or...
There are old tube lights on the ground here. Aha!
No outages!
I've been doing this for over a decade.
Yeah, I still don't trust you. Wait, what is that?
What is what?
That hatch thing on the ceiling. If that opens, it's gotta lead somewhere. I think we can both fit in there.
It's worth a shot.
Jeez, this is heavy.
Want me to...
I got it. I was right. There's a ladder. Come on.
Huh. I never would have thought about that.
That's because you're old. Your mind has melted with age.
I am a millennial. I don't know how to make this more clear.
It doesn't work like it used to.
You're insufferable.
You're the one who wanted me to come along. You've only got yourself to blame.
Ah! Another hatch.
I can...
Actually, let me get this one. I'll scope out the room, tell you when to come up.
Oh, okay.
Coast is clear. You should, come up and see this.
Whoa. All the chemicals I'd seen in the train from last night? Well, they're out now. All around us. Beakers. Tubes, containers, wires, chemicals, and toxins bubbling into one big chamber, dead center. It's like a giant science experiment, like something in a movie. It almost feels fake, but when I blink, everything is still there. What the hell?
Yeah, you're telling me.
But what's all this for? Why go to this much trouble for a makeshift chemistry lab?
And that's what we're here to figure out, I suppose. Come on, get in here. We'll need as much information as possible.
What are we gonna get from a room full of beakers and glass?
Well, looking at the logo etched into that glass, we know we're in the Conglomerate State Building.
Oh. Okay, yeah. It's kind of weird that there's a direct trail here from the subway.
Now that you mention it, I think they were installed for supers back in the 70s. Discrete entrances for emergency situations.
And you forgot they existed?
I was born in the 80s, the same decade in which they were deemed unsafe and abandoned.
Oh, come on. You're probably enough of a history buff to remember that.
I'm enough of a historical fiction buff not to.
Touché.
You said some of these were toxins. How many of these could be poisonous gases?
All of them. There was nothing but bad shit packed into the train before. I don't know what's even remotely safe in here.
Ah, fantastic.
What could they do with this much? It's total overkill. They wouldn't need this much unless it was a big job.
Check on the roof. We'll need to make a straight shot from the ground floor to the top floor through the building's pipes. I don't care if it takes all night. I gave you a job to do.
We'll have it
Infrared.
finished by morning, boss.
Move.
For like 4 a.m.? I've got a day job and my doctor's been telling me I need to get more sleep.
Good. Everything seems to be in order.
Boss, you still haven't told us exactly what this plan is.
By now, you should have figured it out.
Well, yeah, for sure. It's just that I've had a lot going on, haven't really had the time to think about it.
Good lord, Douanier.
Fine. Clearly, you two don't have the capacity to figure out anything on your own. You may have noticed that last night we loaded a train full of toxic substances and brought them here.
I did notice that.
No, right, so did I.
Hydrazine, glutamate, hydrogen sulfide, arsine, tetrodotoxin. The science of it all is tricky, but combining the quantity of chemicals we have today will result in the creation of a vapor. One that, when released, will result in every last citizen of Felonsville succumbing to my will. Simply put, they will be forced to do exactly as I say. Permanently.
But not that this is a bad plan, Infrared, just how are we planning to not be a part of that?
The current in my gloves allows me to decide whom to manipulate and whom to leave alone. I'll be taking tonight to modify them, so that I have the means and the technology to render you impervious to the gas. God knows you'll do what I ordered you to anyways. Once the vapor is released, we remain unaffected and the city is none the wiser.
Perfect. An infallible plan, boss. You've put your all into this one.
But what about Nimbus? If he shows up...
Last night we weren't followed, and thus Nimbus has no clue where we are. The odds are that he'll be too busy with that child he's picked up to realize the danger he's in. Not to mention, tomorrow is a clear night. He won't be at his strongest. When he does come to his senses, it'll be far too late.
Whoa, this is it, we won.
We win at midnight tomorrow, as long as this plan goes off without a hitch. We've got 25 hours of preparation, and if Nimbus does somehow interfere, we'll need to figure out how to throw him off track as well.
Oh, shit. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I haven't moved.
Well, it wasn't me, so...
Just what do you think you're doing here?
Ha! Wow, it is so crazy that you ask.
Oh, shit. I told them not to be here. They told me they weren't gonna... Oh. They told me they were gonna think about what I said. Which, now that I'm thinking about it, was totally stupid for me to believe. Of course, Brooks found their way here anyway, and of course it's the worst possible time.
Isn't that one of the schools?
Journalists? Yeah. And I tried to tell them not to go after Nimbus, but they didn't listen to me, so...
If you know what's good for you, you'll hand over that phone and hope that I'm in a good mood.
The thing is, I kinda need the phone. I mean, I can delete the pictures I took, so...
There's no other option. Hand it over. Or else I'll have to make you do it.
Why the hell won't they put the phone down?
They won't. I know they won't. I should probably look to Edison for what to do. He looks like he's coming up with a plan. But Brooks is right there. One of those red wires is reaching out for them, and I don't have time to wait. I don't want them to get hurt, so the quickest thing I can tell them to do is get down!
Ah! Damn it! What?
Kid, what are you doing?
I don't know, I just thought...
Nimbus. How the hell did the two of you manage to... Forget it. You made a grave mistake coming here.
I'm in the habit of making poor life choices, Infrared. Get used to it. Kid, grab that civilian.
On it.
Get them back down to safety. I'll hold Infrared off.
If you can't take care of me without the help of a teenager, I doubt you'll last long.
We'll see about that.
Come on, down this hatch.
What? That's so weird and oddly convenient.
I know, we're cool like that. Blah, blah, blah. Get down!
Sorry, I'm going. What about Nimbus?
He's a little occupied. Hi, sidekick here. I'm getting you out of this mess that you never should have been in to begin with.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, while I've got you here, though, would you have time to answer a couple questions?
Oh, hell. Now? There isn't any time.
You can fly? Holy crap, you can fly!
I'm kind of bad at this job if I didn't have powers. Don't squirm. I can't promise I won't drop.
Am I getting picked up? Is this a rescue right now? Oh my god, this is the best!
It's not. It's really not the best.
You said superpowers plural, right? Is flying not the only thing you can do? What else do you have? I saw you flying that lightning bolt at Infrared earlier, which was definitely better aim than you had last night with that whole dumpster debacle I noticed.
Are you really gonna keep asking questions?
I'm a reporter.
You're a high schooler.
A high school reporter.
Ugh, you're in way over your head, man. This is...
Kid! Good, you've got them. Do you remember the way out?
Nimbus! Holy crap, I've never seen you in person. You're skinnier than you look on TV. Do you have time for an interview?
Right this second? Because...
I mean, I hate to interrupt this rescue because this is cool as hell, but I'm always on the job. So, how did you get your powers? What did you see back there with Infrared? Is Villansville in grave danger?
Lightning strike, no comment, no?
You're really not giving me much to go off of.
Yeah, well, like we said, no time.
Come on, you have to give me something big. Your name.
What?
Your hero name. Come on, not all my questions are going to be ill-placed and inconvenient. You know your own hero name. Come on, who are you?
I'm... Arcus, I'm Arcus, yeah. Yeah, no, that is my name. And it's not bad, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It is.
Arcus? That is so cool!
Yeah.
Nimbus and Arcus, a crime-fighting duo here to save the day.
Yeah, okay, clever.
We're coming up on the entrance. Looks like we're in the clear.
Finally. You sure we weren't followed, Tesla?
Yup. I made enough of a mess out of that room that they've got a lot of detox to do before they come after us.
Aren't you, like, contaminated at all?
Nah. I would, shower twice once you're home, though, just to be safe.
Oh, gross.
But not before we know how you got here.
Right. I hate to say it, but you've got some explaining to do.
The rest of the night is quiet. We get Brooks and their dad's bike home safely, and aside from them grilling us for crime time, nothing eventful happens.
Once I saw you, I knew I had to see what was going on, so I snuck out and grabbed my dad's bike. I rode it, like, once, so I'm pretty much an expert. I thought that the light I saw coming from the inside of the conglomerate building was you guys, but by the time I got in, I realized I was wrong, and it was a little too late, so...
I still don't appreciate that you did all of this without a driver's license.
It was in the name of the truth. Sometimes you have to be a little bit of a lawbreaker.
I'm gonna ask you to think about how that sentence sounds to me, specifically.
Okay, maybe it wasn't the best way to go about things. You're not gonna arrest me, are you?
What? No. I'm just glad we saw you when we did. We'll let you off with a warning.
As long as you don't go and throw yourself into danger again. Come on, you should know better.
Yeah. My friend told me I should probably reconsider doing this.
It wouldn't have killed you to have listened to them.
Yeah, she's gonna be kinda pissed tomorrow when she finds out. She's usually worried I'll do something a little too bold.
With good reason.
Well, I'll see her tomorrow. I have plenty of time to explain everything.
Good. Alright. It's way past city curfew. You should get inside.
Right. Oh man, it is so cool getting to meet you both. I hope we can have a real interview soon.
You can dream.
Dreams come true.
I don't know how they managed to get it to infrared by tracking us.
They're like a bloodhound when it comes to the news. I should have known they were going to pull something like this.
You know them?
Yeah, Brooks is my best friend. I don't think they recognize me, which is good, but I didn't expect them to show up.
Saturday, if they recognized you...
They didn't. And, you know, even if they did, I don't think they'd tell anyone. They're a reporter, but they know better than to overstep boundaries. I mean, usually they know better.
Are you sure they wouldn't tell anyone your identity?
If they knew, they wouldn't. I'm positive.
Alright. We've got bigger things to think about anyways.
Infrared's ultimatum?
Exactly. We've got less than 24 hours until they release that toxin, and then it's lights out for Felonsville. We need a plan, and fast.
Should we tell the police?
Are you kidding? When have you ever seen the FPD take on someone like Infrared?
Yeah, good point.
If we're going to stop this toxin's release, we're going to have to move fast. They'll be at the top of the conglomerate building at midnight, so it goes without saying that we need to be there before then. If we can sever the connection from the bottom floor to the roof, or somehow dilute the gas, we're home free.
We'll need to take down his henchmen before we go to the top. That way he can't control them.
Right. Not to mention those gloves.
He said he was planning to modify them?
They must be what he uses to channel his power, or maybe amplify it. Without them, I doubt he's half as powerful as he is now. We'll have to get them off or destroy them.
Can we get close enough to him to do that?
I think I can. Not you, though. I don't want to bring you into any kind of danger with infrared. Instead, if worst comes to worst, can I trust you to find a way to cut the gas's path off?
I mean, I can try.
Can you try or can you do? Remember, courage is grace under pressure. Ernest Hemingway.
I can do this. I'm sure I can do this.
Great. Poggers.
Never say poggers again.
Isn't that what kids your age say?
It's terrible when you say it. Quit while you're ahead.
I thought it sounded pretty cool.
Whatever. We have a plan?
We have a plan. Tomorrow night, we meet in the subway and make our way back in.
And that's it. If this all goes well, we'll get infrared and we'll save Felonsville, and I'm free to forget any of this ever happened. As long as it goes the way it should. I'm still just as worried as I was earlier today. Infrared is dangerous, and we've got less than a day to save a whole city. Brooks might throw themselves into danger again. I've got a lot to explain to my mom if I come home and she finds out I've been sneaking out to defeat crime. But before he leaves, Edison punches my shoulder and grins at me.
Don't worry about it too much, alright? We've got this, artist. I know we do. Whatever happens, I'm right there with you.
And I think that maybe, for once, he could be right. 24 hours. 1 tower, a shit ton of poisonous gas. Well, there's only one thing to do. Let's bring the storm.
This episode featured the following people: Even S. as Saturday Stevens and Darcy D'Angelo, Ethan W. as Edison Eacker and Nimbus, Tim Hart and Jackson Jefferson, Jeanette C. as Brooks Bishop, Kit A. as Joshua Jade and Infrared, Alice G. as Sasha Stevens, Lily F. as Goon 1, and Ann C. as Goon 3. It was written by Even S. and Ethan W. and produced by Even S. If you like this episode, please consider following us on Twitter and TikTok at ElevatorPitchP. For show updates and a chance to interact with the cast and crew, please also consider joining our Discord server. If you are willing and able, please consider checking us out on Ko-Fi and taking a look at our donation rewards. Elevator Pitch is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial Share Alike 4.0 International License. Thank you for listening.